What is going on, guys? It's Samuel, and I'm very excited to bring this video to you guys today. I spent a lot of time making this presentation, and what I will be going over is the exact blueprint that I use for myself and for my clients that work with me to achieve their dream body all in 90 days. So it really doesn't take too long to see a good transformation in your physique. The only thing you need to focus on is having those highest leverage inputs and actions in place to see a transformation fast. So in this video, I'll go over my background, what I've tried so far in fitness, and then boiling everything down that works to the highest leverage things and the step-by-step action plan that you can take to implement into your life right away. So this video is supposed to be very action-based. And if you have any sort of desire to lose more body fat, gain more muscle, be more confident in your own body, feel better about how you look, and become that man that you know you've always wanted to become, then watch this whole video. I can guarantee you there's something in this video that you've never heard of in fitness before. So be ready to take some notes. It's a very action-based video. There's supposed to be a few action steps in the video for you guys. So without further ado, I'll let you dive right in. What is up, guys? So let's get into the presentation that I've made for you. This took a while to make, so I hope you guys enjoy this. This is covering the exact blueprint that I've used to transform my body into a head-turning aesthetic physique using my method, which I call the precision inputs method, which we'll be going over today. And doing all this, most importantly, without burning out, without living in the gym, so doing things efficiently and effectively, and without giving up foods and things that are supposed to be enjoyed in life. So before we dive into everything, I do want to say first off, no one in my family is into fitness. So I myself did not come from the top tier genetics. And that just goes to show you that you can definitely do the same thing. You really don't need to start from a good place or start with good genetics to see the results that you want to see. It just comes down to having those key inputs in place, which I will be getting into in this video. So I've tried everything that goes into fitness. I've tried all the different diets. I've done carnivore, super low carb, keto. I've done paleo. I've done even like vegan, vegetarian for like a week. Do not recommend doing that. I felt miserable on that. I've done all the workouts, all the routines, going twice a day, all the splits of, bro split, going twice a day, doing endless cardio, doing no cardio at all. So I've really tried everything, and I like to experiment to see what works for myself. And what I've learned from doing this is that a lot of things, they can work, but they're just not sustainable long term. And that's a big thing when it comes to fitness. You want to find things that actually complement your life and aren't taking away things that you have to sacrifice so much for just to see the results you can get from just focusing on a few key things. So I myself was stuck in plateaus. I was frustrated that my efforts weren't seeing results. I was going to the gym 6, 7 days a week for most of my fitness journey, and I was not seeing the results that I wanted. I was showing up doing hard work, but the needle wasn't moving. So after years of trial and error, I finally cracked the code and really focused in on the highest leverage inputs that I can do that built my best physique efficiently and that ensured long-term progress so I don't burn myself out. So who is this video for? I do want to say, if you are a man and you know you have more potential in life and you're sick of the physique that you see in the mirror, this video is for you. I specifically made this video to present everything that you need to do for this type of person. If you're wishing you could take your shirt off with confidence and have others admire how you look, then keep watching. This is for you. If you're lost in all the noise about getting ripped, you've seen a lot of different things online of things that should work, things that don't work, but you just want the simple proven plan, something that you can follow step by step, then this is for you. And if you're ready to unlock the best version of yourself, but you just need some sort of guidance and accountability to get you there, then this is for you. On the flip side, who is this video not for? So if you're a guy, you're chasing a quick fix to get shredded without putting in any work, then don't watch this. This is not for you. If you're not committed to stay consistent to achieve your dream body, then this is not for you. If you're not willing to become a better and more successful version of yourself, then I don't know why you would click on this type of video to improve your life. This is not for you. And if you just want to stay the same, you don't want to do anything different and not become your best self, then this video is just simply not for you. So here's the truth. Anyone can achieve the transformation they desire. It just comes down to having those right daily inputs in place. And this is something that I'll be covering a lot, just having those key inputs, because in life, your outputs are always determined by the inputs that you have. So if you want to bridge that gap from point A to point B of where you want to be, you just have to focus on doing the right things, which will inevitably get you that outcome that you want. So what we want to focus on is building a sustainable, nutrient-dense meal plan, something that's enjoyable all year round, something you can stick to, and you're not miserable, heating up, microwaving chicken and rice and broccoli every day and you're just chugging down food that you don't want to eat. Something that actually improves your life and improves your results while actually being enjoyable at the same time. Then also impactful workouts that force your body to pack on muscle. It's a big mistake I made. So, like I said before, I was in the gym 6, 7 days a week. I was putting in a ton of effort, giving it everything that I had. But at the same time, I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. And I had to focus on actually doing things that were impactful and then giving my body some rest so that I can recover from those workouts and come back stronger the next time. And then doing this all as a lifestyle so you don't burn yourself out, you don't go back to your old habits, and those old habits become those old results that you once had. And then understanding the precision inputs method's highest leverage inputs, which we'll be getting into in this video, just a few key things that you have to master. That's going to get you the most results for the bang for your buck, pretty much. And in case you don't know me, I do want to go into my backstory and how I got here today. So basically, my whole life growing up, I was very insecure. I was not confident. And I even grew up with a deformity in my chest. As you can see in this picture, my sternum bone in my chest stuck out. And this left me super, super shy. As a kid, I was very shy. I wasn't confident talking to other people. I also had an autoimmune condition. I had hypothyroidism growing up. And I always felt like I was different than others. I was not an impressive person. I felt weak and I always felt like I was different. And at the same time, I always knew I had the potential to become more. So as you can see in these pictures, I ran cross country in school. I was a runner. I was always skinny and weak, but I always told myself that I was destined for more and I always knew I had more potential. So starting in 2020 around COVID time, I started to watch a lot of transformations on YouTube and I saw what was possible to achieve for myself. I saw these guys that were starting the gym from a point where I was at that point, someone that was weak and unconfident, and they showed me that really anything is possible if you have the right things in place. They were going from where I was to the physique that I wanted, which would give me the confidence and all the things that I wanted in life, to have more respect for my friends and family. And that's something that really inspired me to make a change for myself. So starting in 2021, I started to obsess about exercise, lifting, and biohacks. So really finding how your biology works as a human and then using that to get the most results out of how our body works. So I started experimenting with all the diets, like I said before. As you can see in that picture, I was just eating burger patties, ground beef on the carnivore diet. And it could get me good results, but again, it just wasn't sustainable. And I wanted to find something that could make me progress and it wasn't sacrificing so much. So in these videos as well, or in these pictures, you can see that I had some muscle and I wasn't fat, but I wasn't that person that I wanted to become, that I always envisioned myself to be. And I was stuck in plateaus. I was not impressive. And I was still going to the gym a lot and putting in a lot of effort. So I was really frustrated with the plateaus. So I had to find something that actually worked. And after years of doing everything, trying everything out, I've boiled everything down to the highest leverage, the key input things that you must do to actually see the results that I have now, as you can see in these pictures. And this is all super easy for me. At the moment I'm recording this, I'm losing body fat, gaining muscle, and becoming stronger on all my lifts very easily just by mastering these few key inputs. And nowadays, I want to help other ambitious men do the same thing for themselves. So if you were in my position, you were unconfident with how you look, you're not happy with yourself, and you want to make a change, and you're tired of stagnant progress, even if you're in the gym or not, I want to help you do the same thing that I've done for myself. So I don't want you to go through the same struggles. You do not need to live like a robot and waste years of your life trying things that don't work to feel good about how you look and get that physique that you want. You just need to optimize the key habits and the key inputs that push the needle forward for you. If you want that person to be you, in this video, I will walk through the key driving inputs to burn body fat and build lean muscle easily, the underground biohack secrets. So these are secrets that use your biology that force your body to shred fat and put on muscle, how to carve out a visible chiseled six pack to get compliments from all your friends and family, and how to do this all efficiently so you're not wasting your life in the gym. You're not spending more than 4 hours in the gym per week. So the precision inputs method is my system that I built through my own trial and error by obsessing about lifting and nutrition, trying every diet and workout that there is, and then finally cracking the code to easily get in the best shape of my life. And when I say easily, it's easy because there's only a few things you need to focus on. And now I want to focus on breaking this all down for you guys. So in the following steps, I will walk you through the entire process of what I've done to accomplish my results so you can just copy my method to burn fat and build lean muscle easily without frustration. So my method consists of 3 steps, and this is a quick overview of what we're going to get into today. So phase one is the transformation genesis. This is laying the foundation of change. It's all about our mindsets, our vision, our desire, and then the things that you must know. Phase two is the strategic execution system. So this is the step-by-step, this is the action plan. This is what you guys are going to implement today. The flawless execution becomes easy. It's going to be easy, very, very, very easy. And then phase three is the biohack optimization. So using our biology and understanding how our bodies work as humans to maximize our potential and get results really with minimal effort. So now let me show you the exact system that I used to finally achieve the physique I'd always dreamed of, and more importantly, how I made this an enjoyable lifestyle so I don't burn myself out and see long-term results. So phase one is the transformation genesis. And this is all about the vision and the desire that we have to make the transformation that we want. So as a man, I know that you have more potential. And I want you guys to take this quick action step to really drive in that character that you want to become. So ask yourself, truly, who do you want to become? What does this man look like? What does he feel on a daily basis? What are his daily habits? What habits does he not do? And what is his mindset towards life? What does he actually think about life every single day? Also, knowing what your true potential truly is in life. So if I were to give you the step-by-step action plan that you needed to follow every single day, something that was proven to get you the best results, and you did that every day, do you think it would be possible to fail? Genuine question. The obvious answer is no. It's not possible to fail if you have everything in place. And this just goes to show you that your true potential in life is only based on you and the actions that you have to this day. Then, as well, who inspires you? Who is someone that has the results that you want that you can model your life around? So, for me, when I was starting off, I was very inspired by Greg Plitt, as you can see in this picture here. I think he has one of the best physiques of all time, something that I model myself around. And then always keeping that end result in mind. So, this is something I do to this day. I'm always thinking of my goals, the man I'm becoming, and always keeping that top of mind to not keep my eye off the target and always having that vision and that desire in place, which is going to help you stick to this long term and not go back to who you once were. And I also wanted to share this quote here by Tony Robbins. It says, "Change happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change." So genuinely ask yourself, how much longer do you want to stay the same in your position? And this is what I wish I knew starting off. So this is what we're going to get into in the 2 phases coming up. So we have number one, the 4-day training split, the smart, effective nutrition, insulin manipulation. This is by far the most important thing I want you guys to take away from this video. If you take away anything, it will be the insulin manipulation. And then number four is the thermogenesis. This is easy biohack that we'll get into to burn more fat without any effort at all. So let's get into phase two. This is the action steps for you guys. Take notes on this, actually implement this from this video. Let's dive in. So number one, we have the 4-day training split. This is going to be a low volume and high intensity approach. This is what I found to give you your body the most recovery while doing the most impactful workouts that we can. So we're doing a chest biceps day, a shoulder day, a back triceps day, and then a leg day. This is going to be our 4-day split throughout the week, and doing this all in 1 hour sessions. So I make all the workouts around 1 hour. You're not going to be living in the gym. It's not going to be effective. Also a 6 to 10 rep range, and it does vary by muscle group. So some muscle groups, some exercises are going to go higher, just depending on what we're doing for the day. And then always focusing on that full range of motion. So always doing full range of motion reps for your exercises can give you the most impactful workouts and drive the most growth to your muscles. And then next up as well is progressive overload. So this is something that you must master and you must implement every time you work out. This is something that I always knew. I always knew it was a rule, but I never always implemented it. And it's a big reason why I was always in plateaus, because I wasn't always progressing. So what we want to do then is always attempt to increase either the weight or the reps each session and each week. So it doesn't necessarily matter if you get the personal best or not. The only thing is you always want to attempt to progress, always want to attempt to get better. And over time, if you have the right things in place, you're recovering well, you have the right nutrition, you're doing the insulin manipulation, you're going to see very fast progress, always by attempting to get better. So definitely very important to understand this. And next up is the insulin manipulation. So this is by far the most important thing I want you guys to understand. I want to break down what this is, why it's important, and actually how to time this correctly. So what is insulin manipulation? This is all about manipulating when our insulin spikes are to get the highest protein synthesis effect on our muscles. So insulin is essential to build muscle. What it actually does, as you can see in the graph, you can think of it as the key to your muscle cells to drive all those nutrients in and have the highest protein synthesis effect. So it delivers muscles to our nutrients and then also spikes mTOR. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of what mTOR does. You can just think of it as higher protein synthesis, going to help you build more muscle. So timing this strategically is what we want to focus on to build more muscle, all while eating less calories. This is exactly how I'm able to lose body fat, get stronger, and build more muscle at the same time. So how do we time this correctly? So muscles are most sensitive to insulin post-workout. This is essential to know. So right after we work out in that post-workout window, we want to spike our insulin the highest that we can, having protein and carbs together, and most of our calories eating post-workout. So keeping calories and carbs low before and outside that we work out so that we're the most insulin sensitive and have the most potent effect that you could say to spike that insulin the most and get that highest effect to build the most muscle. This is by far the most important thing that I've learned recently in my lifting journey that's allowed me to make the most progress with minimal effort, making it super easy to do what I just mentioned for myself. Next, we have the anatomy-based exercise selection. This is targeting all heads of each muscle effectively. So basically choosing the correct exercises that work with our muscle fiber anatomy to complete the most aesthetic physique we can build. Also focusing on building a masculine physique, so building the V taper shape, which consists of the broad shoulders at the top, the full chest, and then those sweeping lats that sweep into your waist, and then having that chiseled six pack, which is going to be that cherry on top to build the most attractive physique. So for example, to break down the different muscle heads in our body, for example, these two, the chest and the shoulders, consist of the upper, middle, and lower heads of the chest. Then we have the front, lateral, and rear delts for the shoulders. So there's different exercises that we can do to target all of these heads effectively. And same goes for all different muscle groups that we have in our body. Then we have our core nutrient dense meals and foods. So these are the essentials and really the staples of our meals, something that we can mix and match to make different meals and actually hit our goals while enjoying every step of the process. So the most important thing we want to focus on is leucine-rich proteins. So good sources of this are animal proteins, so beef, chicken, fish, lamb, pork. These are all great sources of leucine. Eggs are a great source. Greek yogurt, one of my personal favorites to make some pre-workout snacks. And then whey protein, very good source of leucine as well. Simple, fast-acting carbs. So these are going to spike your insulin the highest and the fastest. So pretty good for the post-workout meal. We have fruits, honey, and white rice. You can combine these and make a lot of different combinations. And then your complex, slow-acting carbs. These are going to be the most satiating. So potato and sweet potato. You can make a lot of different recipes. I will help you guys out with this as well. So stay tuned until the end. Next up is tracking data that actually matters. So biggest recommendation for you guys is using the Strong app to track all your workouts and all your lifts. So you can log every single weight and rep that you do on this app. It's gonna make it super easy. I remember I used to do tracking weights on a actual notepad in my phone and also a physical book that I had, but I found it was super tedious and it was not the best way to track everything. On this app, it's going to tell you exactly what you did last workout, so you can go back easily and make sure you're doing progressive overload correctly, so you're always building muscle. Next up is ChatGPT for easy food tracking. I do not hear anyone talking about this, so I'm pretty excited to share this with you guys. This is way better than MyFitnessPal, which is pretty much what everyone recommends at the moment. What I do instead is I'll take my phone and open ChatGPT, and I'll use the speech to text to just tell it exactly what I'm eating throughout the day. It's super convenient, super simple. I don't have to manually put in the foods that I track, and it's going to make it a lot easier for you to see easy progress. And then the cool thing about this as well, you can get pretty creative with what you want it to break down, what certain nutrients you want it to track, and it can give you an end of day reports, break down a lot of different things into different charts, and it's going to help you make progress and learn what you eat along the way. And finally, phase 3 is the biohack optimization. This is all about understanding how our human biology works so that we can use it to our advantage and have the most potent effects. So the first thing I want to cover is testosterone maximization. As men, this is super important to get that peak output in life. So testosterone is going to help us build a lot more muscle as easy as possible and burn fat at the exact same time while giving us a ton of other lifestyle benefits. It's going to make your quality of life so much better as a man. So definitely implement these as soon as you can. So the simple high leverage test boosters that I use and I recommend you implement right away is number one, a cholesterol rich diet. So I put this graph here. These are all the natural precursors to testosterone that your body needs. Basically, think of this as the raw materials that your body uses to produce testosterone. So at the top of it is cholesterol. So this comes from the eggs. All of the animal proteins. These are very good for getting that cholesterol in your diet. So going back to the core foods and the core meals, definitely include these into your diet as soon as you can. Next thing, and something that I do, is taking a DHEA supplement. So as you can see in the graph, this is one of the raw materials for your body to make testosterone. And it's very natural. So I take this every single day, and I recommend you guys start right away. Also, vitamin D. So vitamin D has been shown to be a pro-hormone in the body, very important for making testosterone. You can get this from the sunlight or supplementing this as well. And then two that a lot of people don't talk about, you might have heard these before, is icing and cooling the gonads, and then also avoiding the phone on your testes. So the balls, they're outside your body for a reason. They don't want to be warmed up, and they're meant to be cooled down. So actually applying some ice packs and making sure they're cool all day long is going to help with testosterone production. And then also avoiding your phone and any EMFs, any devices around that area is going to make sure you're producing the most testosterone. And then on top of this as well is quality sleep. I don't want to get too much into sleep because it's very common advice of getting good sleep. I know you guys have probably heard of it before. So getting good sleep, the best thing I recommend for this is just controlling the light in your environment. So in the morning, get a lot of sunlight in the day. And then at nighttime, make sure your room is as dark as possible. Avoid all blue lights, and you should be good. Next up is maximizing insulin sensitivity. So this is going back to the insulin manipulation of our previous slides. This is all helping your body build lean muscle, use fat for fuel, and improving nutrient partitioning. So basically more nutrients to your muscles and less to the fat cells. So the best ways to maximize your insulin sensitivity is going to be lower meal frequency. So what you can do is intermittent fasting. This is a very easy way to do this. What I recommend, what I do for myself is I'll have a pre-workout meal, little snack to break my fast. So I don't go into my workouts weak and fasted. I want some energy in there. And then after my workout, having the most calories, having the most insulin, most carbohydrates, so I can shuttle all those nutrients to the muscles, get the highest protein synthesis effects. And then along this with this as well as the carbohydrate timing, like we talked about earlier. Apple cider vinegar before your meals. This is a very good tip to mitigate the insulin response. I wouldn't recommend doing this on the post-workout meal because you do want to maximize that effect. And then cinnamon on your food as well is going to have the same effect as the ACV, the apple cider vinegar. And then sleep as well. I do want to touch on this again. So getting good sleep is going to help with that insulin sensitivity. And these are all going to help you bring more glucose into the muscle and not in fat. So as you can see in this graph, insulin resistance causes low muscle mass, higher body fat. You want to maximize that sensitivity to get the most potent effects possible. And lastly, we have optimizing our caloric burn with thermogenesis. So to explain thermogenesis very easily, it's basically our body using its own heat to burn calories. So we can manipulate how our body actually burns calories with these very easy things. Doesn't require any effort at all. So number one is a high protein diet. So protein is the most thermogenic macronutrient we have. So just eating and digesting protein is going to burn more calories than any other macronutrient. So for example, if you eat 100 calories of protein, your body's going to expend 20 to 30 calories just digesting and breaking it down. Next up, we have caffeine and capsaicin. So these two ingredients are very common in common fat burning supplements. That's how these work. If you've ever seen those supplements that claim to be fat burners, this is how they work. They use thermogenesis to make your body have higher metabolism and use more calories throughout the day. So caffeine, very common in coffee. This is pretty self-explanatory. And capsaicin is the main ingredient in spicy foods. So recommended cayenne pepper, chili pepper, anything that makes your food spicy. You can add it. I like to add it to my eggs. Very good way to get that in. Next up is cold exposure. So this is taking cold showers or doing cold plunges. Very easy way to get a thermogenic boost. It's going to be very potent. So getting 50 to 100 calories per 10 to 15 minutes of cold exposure, forcing your body to heat itself back up. And then a very underrated one is drinking very ice cold water. So this does have to be very, very cold water, and it's going to force your body to warm up that water, which is going to burn more calories for yourself. So around 15 to 25 calories per liter of water. Just make sure it's very, very cold to get the most potent effect. And then again, tying this back to high testosterone, it's going to make your metabolism a lot higher, just burning more calories throughout the day. So these all force your body to burn more calories without doing any extra cardio. It's very easy to get in, so implement this as soon as you can. So overall, the correct inputs will always equal the correct results in life. So I myself, I spent years stuck in plateaus. I was trying everything and pushing harder, but not really seeing the results that I wanted. So what did I have to change? I really started to focus in on the key inputs that really made the real difference. So building muscle and burning fat, it's not about luck or genetics. It's really about having and understanding the correct strategies that you must have in place. So if you feel stuck, I want you to ask yourself, are your current actions building the person that you desire, or are they keeping you stuck with where you are today? And now that you understand exactly how my process works, I have an offer for you. So if you're unsure of the best fitness strategies and the best fitness protocols to easily get in the best shape of your life, if you're tired of stagnant progress and hitting plateaus, or you're frustrated that your body does not reflect the effort that you're putting in, and you're wanting a defined, attractive six pack, you're ready to stop playing life small and commit to a lifestyle change, and you're hungry to step into the strongest, most confident version of yourself, I will help you strip fat from your body, build lean defined muscle without frustration using my precision inputs method. So if you want to shortcut the progress from where you are now to making that transformation, becoming the best version of yourself, and building the dream physique all easily with focusing on the right things, there's a link in the description of this video to book a call with me directly one-on-one. And on that call, we can talk about what your exact goals are and really make a custom roadmap for you to hit those goals, see if you would be a good fit to work with me directly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's been a lot that went into this and making this presentation. Hope you guys were taking notes. Please apply everything that you learned. This was meant to be a very action-based video. And if you are interested in working with me directly to hit those goals and become the best man that you can be, book a call with me in the description and we will be chatting soon.